Hey everybody, I'm Dennis Pitzenbarger. We are here at the SEMA Show in the Las Vegas Convention Center, the 50th show, 40th under the halls of the Las Vegas Convention Center, and I have got the president and CEO of SEMA sitting with me on the SEMA Central stage, Kersting. How you doing today, sir?
All right, Dennis. Look at we're rocking, man.
Look at this place. I don't even know where to start. We have everything from Launchpad to trends to young executives to 4,200 plus buyers and sellers, thousands and thousands of exhibitors. Outside's going, they're going, this is going. SEMA Central is showing you what you can do in the SEMA garage. But I know something that's very near and dear to your heart, which is you love the history behind this. You love the background, and share your thoughts on why this is so special and why it's such an honor. I mean, you got a great job, but it's also an honor to do this stuff.
It is. It's amazing. We have the 50th anniversary here. We themed that anniversary. We built this, and it's because everybody, every year, who comes to this place brings their best.
Yes.
And it's this explosion of innovation and creativity that's unlike anything on the planet. So it really is all about the event. And when we talk about the history, most people don't know this thing started out with 92 exhibitors underneath the bleachers at Dodger Stadium, 1967. And those guys, one of the funny quips I heard about it, they said, we knew it was a successful show because there was a second one.
That's always a good sign. I want you to pause right there. I just thought of something from the New Products Breakfast. We now give out an award about the best display and how to display a product. Right. Can you imagine talking to some of those 92 original guys you just mentioned about now that we're going to have an award about showing off the product that we got a second show.
Do you know what? If you went and asked them, they would all say, hey, that is a really great idea because when I come there, I need to stand out, I need to be something special. And that passion and that effort to be something special, look at what it's done. I mean, it is what makes this show magic now. And, across that history, people have grown to see our market can get bigger, we can expand, we can do more. And that first 92, it was mainly, in those days it was the Speed Equipment Manufacturers Association, but today we've got every segment of the automotive hobby, every different way that people can enjoy their cars and trucks. So I think those guys, if you'd asked them, what if I told you, I think they'd say no way. But on the other hand, they've watched it evolve, and each year, we come back here and we've got more and different and better, and it's just really been tremendous.
And just the history of people being able to be involved in for so long, when we had a chance to introduce you to come up at the New Products Breakfast, you walked up there and one of the first things you asked is, who's been here all 50 years? And there was hands going up. That is amazing to think that after all these years, there's still people that have been here every year, or maybe missed one or two, or three or four. Maybe they decided to have a kid right before, but right before Halloween. But it's all of that. It's amazing. Just not that SEMA has the history, but so many people have shared the history.
It reminds me of this interview with Mick Jagger. He said, if people would have said that I'd still be doing this when I'm 70 years old, I'd have said, put a bullet through my head. But the truth is, people love this. And the reason that they've been here for all 50 of those shows is that it's almost irresistible. And the reason the thing has grown to what it is that it's a great industry. It's all about coming up with really innovative ideas, and I think that's attractive to people. And then the second piece of it is it's about cars and trucks, and a lot of these folks who are here, a lot of the people back then who started us off, they loved cars and trucks as sort of the first thing, and then they figured out a way to make a living at it. And the consequence of that is an environment to work in that is just really cool, really special.
Now, I mean, we've said it, and I love saying it. It's a bunch of stuff we don't need, but we all want. We all want it. Another thing I want to talk about, and I think you can speak to this very intelligently too, SEMA has watched...
I'll do my best.
You stop that. SEMA has watched over this industry that has taken some shots to the head, and through adversity, hard work, volunteerism, and the camaraderie within this industry, I've seen articles more than once, the industry's dead in 5 years.
Yeah.
We're all going down to a deep, dark hole. And guess what? Nothing that this world can throw at this industry will stop it from continuing to grow and continue to flourish.
Yeah. I think one of the things I've been saying here is the greatest part about 50 years of history with this show is the momentum and the confidence and the energy to propel us into the future, where we always have to deal with the unknown. We always have to deal with these challenges that seem to us insurmountable. I can tell you from looking at board meeting minutes and some of the articles in the industry magazines back in the early 60s when SEMA was formed, the very same issues. We're going to be legislated out of business. We have a graying customer base. Vehicle technology is going to overwhelm us. Are those the same things that the SEMA board and leadership are talking about and concerned about today? Absolutely. but we have this confidence that comes from decades of facing those same challenges and being able to overcome. And the association is really special because it's the collective voice and resources of all of this industry brought to bear on those challenges. So whether we're dealing with legislation, and just this last year we had the big challenge from the federal EPA taking a position that it's illegal to convert a street vehicle for use in racing because of the emissions compliance. And we rallied the industry, we rallied all those enthusiasts out there, and with that united voice, we got EPA to withdraw that rule. Now, as it turns out, they maintain that position from the standpoint of their interpretation of law. So we went to Congress and we introduced the RPM Act,
Yes.
which is a solution to that problem. It creates a very specific exemption in the law that says it is legal to convert street vehicles for use in racing. And we had tremendous support for it this year. Because of the election, the shortened congressional cycle, we weren't able to get that bill up and considered for a vote, but it will be introduced early next year. We're going to ask everyone out there to support us again, and we'll look forward to getting that through. But government affairs has been a core matter that the association deals with. Education, we provide professional training and education here at the show. I think we've had 10,000 people so far participate in the training and seminar programs that we're offering. We have market research. We work really hard to develop and work with the vehicle manufacturers to develop those relationships and make sure that our industry is able to get through some of those technology challenges, benefit by that collaborative relationship. And there are just so many things we do. I like to say the SEMA Show is 5 days of the year. The other 360 days of the year, all the folks working at the association, we're working hard to help the industry succeed. And that really is the SEMA mission.
And you know what? That's why we all have confidence in this, that it's not going anywhere. Because as you put it, and I'll say it again, we built this. It's the whole theme of the entire show.
Yeah, it's been
so I gotta
fantastic,
hit, you know what? I gotta get it from you. What does "we built this in 50 years" mean to you, Chris, personally? What does it mean to you?
Do you know, we have a guy who is at the show this year. His name is Leo Kagan. And Leo Kagan was involved in SEMA from the very early days. And Leo Kagan turns 100 next week, and he's here working at one of the booths. And you know, that is, and I say to myself, you know, it's possible. If I make it to 100 years old, I could see the next 50th anniversary. I mean, that's crazy. But I'll tell you, that kind of thing inspires all of us. And we know this is the kind of business that brings people in and kind of holds them for life. So I think of our responsibility as an association to be looking out there on the horizon, understanding what we have to do to prepare that path so that people will get to that 100th anniversary SEMA show, so that this industry will make it across that next 50 years. And that's really what our board of directors spends a lot of time on. It's where my head is, and we're doing that. We have our youth engagement initiative, which is one of the big important initiatives over at SEMA right now. We have our career paths initiative, which is a really strong move to make sure that young people are finding their way to a great career in this industry. And those are the sort of things that are going to make sure that we get across that next 50 years.
Well, you know, I have been honored for the last 2 or 3 years to work directly with everybody at SEMA and come up on the stage, and I'm honored to do it. And in you saying that, I hope that I am 96 years old for the 100th anniversary of SEMA.
Yeah,
my
awesome,
wife, who's 12 years younger than me, can prop me up here. You know, she'll only be, that
right.
makes her 84. She can prop me up here, and I hope in 50 more years I'm up here doing this with you. Thank you so much, my friend. On behalf of everyone here at SEMA, including our president and CEO, Kersting, I'm Dennis Pitzenbarger. More from SEMA coming up soon.
Right.